Choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit proeyecarecenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics.
And welcome everyone here to Charlie Brown Memorial Baseball Field. Jerry Edwards with you all today as we get set for our first pitch on the mound for Valley City. It is Luke Praska. Leading off for Minot will be Brock Thompson. And it's a first pitch, hit by pitch. As Brock Thompson does not quite get out of the way of that one, so it'll be a hit by pitch for Luke Praska. Tried to snap the curveball and just did not have the break to it. So leadoff man on for Minot. Both teams wearing the powder blue tops today. First pitch in there for a called strike, and the count will be 0-1. Luke Praska, someone that likes to work quickly, not a lot of time in between pitches. 86 degrees starting off today for Valley City. That one will be off the plate, and the count goes to 1 ball and a 1 strike. Levi Paulus, second hitter that Praska will face today. Small lead off first base for Thompson. Good looking slide piece in there, and the count will now go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. 1-2, man at first base after the first pitch hit by pitch. Again, not a big lead from first base. Praska will kick and fire and gets him swinging at a high fastball, and that'll be strikeout number 1 and out number 1. So 1 out here in our top of the first inning. It'll be Remington Anderson coming up for his first plate appearance. First lefty that Praska will face today. Praska looking down the man at first base. Will come set and kicks and fires, and that'll be a slider outside, not quite back across the plate. And it'll be 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes. Praska will kick and fire again, and this is going to be a little doinker towards left field, and that'll get down for a hit. So got jammed, but ultimately able to fight that one off towards left field, and Anderson picks up the game's first hit, and this will bring up Jace Price. For the Valley City, the defensive arrangement is going to be Andrew Sikora at first, Trevor Fetch at second, Samuelson at short, James Schwer over at third. In the outfield will be Layton in left field, Parker Rolsma in left, and center field will be Bryson Heck. First pitch low for ball 1. This is kind of what we saw in the game against Castleton. Again, Luke Praska, very electric stuff, but has not pitched in a while. This is going to be a ground ball over to short. Samuelson picks it up, flings it over to third, and it's a good idea by Samuelson. The momentum is taking him away from first base as he charges towards third to pick that one up. So knowing that you only have a legitimate chance to get one guy, you get the lead man out at third base. So fielder's choice, and it'll still be second and first here with 2 outs. Brady Vigestead coming up. Vigestead, tall third baseman. Good curb piece in there. The count will go to 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. Proska trying to work around a single and a hit by pitch in this opening frame. Proska looks back the man at second. No one holding him on. Kicks and fires. Fastball dots the outside corner, and that'll move the count to 0-2. I want to thank y'all listening here on KOVC and also on our YouTube channel, KOVC Live. Proska looks and fires. This will be hit up the middle. High chop for Samuelson. He'll just toss it over to Fetch, who's covering the bag. And so he works around the hit by pitch and the single and ultimately gets the 6-4 put out to get out of things. And we will go to our bottom of the first inning. Still a scoreless ball game. Valley City getting their first crack at the plate right after this.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Back here to start our bottom of the first inning. Valley City getting their first crack at the plate today. It'll be Corbin Powell, Trevor Fetch, and Jack Samuelson. The first 3 up due for Valley City. They'll be contested with the Minot starting pitcher, Caden Danielson. Danielson, right-hand pitcher, long, lanky. Going to the windup, high leg kicks low, lumber forward, and the first pitch will miss high for ball 1. Corbin Powell moving up from the middle of the order to the top of the order in what's been a pretty good transition so far here. That'll miss high, and the count will go to 2-0. It was Trevor Fetch that was the leadoff man for Valley City. Was doing a good job of it last year, but head coach Chase Carpenter decided he wanted to get his most prolific bat as many ABs as possible, and also gives you a bit more pop at the top if Bryson or Layton gets on to potentially hit a ball in the gap to score them from first. 2 balls, 1 strike here to Corbin Powell. Danielson's pitch will scud in the dirt, and it'll be 3-1. Corbin, like the rest of this team, willing to take their walks. It's been a common theme of this Valley City team, has been their ability to get walks. High leg kick fires that one outside for ball 4, so first man on for Valley City as Corbin Powell draws the 5-pitch walk. This will bring up Trevor Fetch. Fetch and Samuelson linked up for the 6-4 putout to end things in the first inning. Trevor Fetch, one of 2 lefties in this Valley City lineup. It'll be him and Sikora. Powell, not a big lead off first base. Fetch squares the bunt and pulls it back. It'll be a called strike. So Valley City's showing that they're willing to play small ball early on. Powell with good speed, so unless he pushes it right back to the pitcher on a rope, it'll be hard to double him up. Powell off and running. And this one's just going to be thrown into the outfield. No, good job cutting it off. There was nobody at second base when Ballas let that one go, but Jace Price ran it down from his usual spot to be able to get to that ball before it got to the outfield. Powell was standing up because he knew nobody was at the bag. So his intention was if he saw the ball get through that he was going to book it for third. 1-1 pitch on the way here to Fetch, and that'll dot the outside corner, and the count will go to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strike here to the Valley City second baseman. Danielson looking for that put-away stuff here. Takes a long look at Powell. Will kick and fire. And it's going to be a little doinker. Shallow left field. Could be trouble. And that is going to get down for a hit. And Powell, late jump, is going to try to get to third. Throw is not in time. So Powell had to check up, obviously, because if he gets caught, he's got to go back to second base. And ultimately didn't get the best read on the ball and thought that even if it didn't get caught, that the left fielder would have been able to knock that one down and make him dead meat at third. But the left fielder slightly misplayed it, which allowed Fetch to get himself over to second and allowed Powell just enough time to beat the throw to third. So single by Trevor Fetch. And this will bring up Big Jack Samuelson. Samuelson with a home run in his last game against Castleton. Missed both the Mandan games with prior commitments. First pitch in there for a called strike, and the count goes to 0-1. No wind to speak of here in Valley City. It's a hot, dry day. Temperatures into the high to mid-80s. Pitch here by Samuelson. A little roller to short. A bit of a bobble. Flick over to first in time, but a run comes across the score, so a productive out from Jack Samuelson. And Valley City will take a 1-0 lead. Parker Rolsema coming up. Rolsema did a good job using the middle of the field against Mandan. And him and Leighton Hendrickson, two young corner outfielders for this team. Rolsema also fills in behind the dish about every other game or so when you're going to try to get Corbin some in-the-field experience or Corbin's pitching. But he's starting to get that swing down, starting to make more consistent contact, and he'll chop that one foul, and he'll count will go to 1-1. Rolsema had a big swing, unfortunately, in game one that knocked out the Mandan pitcher, hit him right on the ankle, which really was the turning point in that game. Allowed Valley City to come through and tie it and eventually take the lead. Next pitch in there for a firm strike 2. So Rolsema down in the count 1-2. Trying to just hit this one up the middle and be able to score Fetch from third base. The 1-2 pitch. Going to be a high chopper, and that'll be enough to score Fetch. The question is, will they get him at first? They'll get him by a step, but again, another productive out. So that's just a high chopper, and in the books, you like to get the RBI with a single, but ultimately, that's just good team baseball. You put the ball in play, high chopper. Fetch did a good job reading it right off the bag, and got in with no problem. And this will bring up James Schwer. So Valley City with 1 hit in the inning and 2 runs as both base runners have come around to score. First pitch here to James Schwer is going to miss up, and the count will go to 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes here to the Valley City third baseman. 1-0 pitch, and Schwer skies this one into right field. Ultimately, that should be a can of corn, and it's brought in without much fuss. So a fly out to right field is how this first inning will end, but Valley City pushes 2 runs across to take a 2-0 lead. Back here in a little bit with the start of the top of the second on KOVC.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Looking to upgrade your home? Hills Cabinetry and Window Decor in Oaks is your local destination for stunning design and unbeatable value. From cabinets and countertops to custom showers, window treatments, closet systems, and more, Hills has your projects covered. Their professional design services, absolutely free. Their prices, guaranteed to be the best. Hills won't be undersold ever. Visit Hales Cabinetry and Window Decor just 2 miles south of Oaks. Call 742-5656 today and let the experts bring your vision to life.
Do you see yourself traveling, working part-time, or moving somewhere warmer when you retire? Hi, I'm Andrew Delabar, your Oaks Edward Jones financial advisor, and I want to help make your retirement goals a reality. Let's talk about where you are, where you want to be, and how we get you there. Together, we can plan for the expected and make sure you're ready for the unexpected. Call me at 701-742-3552 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Owen Sundahl coming up as we get set for our top of the second inning. So Valley City going to try to be able to throw up a scoreless inning of work after doing such a good job getting that offense going early. And really, early offense has not been a problem for Valley City this year. You would actually say probably the first inning is the best inning they usually play, or one of them. First two pitches here going to split the count at 1-1 strike here in our second inning. Good looking curveball there by Praska. Buckles Owen Sundahl. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Praska back into the windup, kicks, fires. Fastball chopped up the middle. Samuelson charging in, gets a nice high hop, throws right over to Andrew Sikora. And a nice throw for out number 1. Jack Samuelson has looked more and more comfortable at shortstop. You can kind of tell a little bit of a fish out of water in the high school season, but, I mean, he's gotten a lot more comfortable. I mean, I don't think he played short at all last year. Maybe he played in a couple of throwaway games, but, I mean, you look at the body type, perfect for it. Pitch in there for a called strike, and the count will start 0-1. Shortstops used to be kind of these smaller players that had good arms. Now shortstop has turned into a kind of defensive first position to just the spot where most of the stars in Major League Baseball are right now. No balls, 2 strikes. Next pitch by Luke Praska, swung on and hit in the foul territory. Valley City giving pursuit to it, but it looks like it'll get out of play off the top of the Minot dugout. Logan Dixon finds himself down in the count 0-2. Shortstop was always a glamour position, but it wasn't always a offensive position. It's kind of like catcher where almost defense usually came first. Now, defense, of course, still important for shortstop, but you get guys that are bigger now. You're getting guys that usually would just automatically get put in the corners or at third base playing that position now. And that is a devastating wipeout slider, and that'll get Dixon out in front, and that'll be strikeout number 2 here for Praska. This will bring up Ty Iverson, the shortstop. Kind of go to some of the examples. Ellie De La Cruz, big, lanky shortstop for Cincinnati. This one rocketed over to short. Samuelson gets another high hop, throw to first. A little bit of a low throw. Sikora steps off the bag, perhaps, but ultimately able to corral it and tags out Iverson for good measure. So a couple of 6-3 putouts for Valley City. Sandwich in a strikeout as well, and Valley City sits down Minot 1-2-3. So we'll be back here in a little bit with the bottom of the second inning on the Voice of the Valley, KLVC.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We're here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. We offer mail out with no additional product fee, and we offer an automated system for convenient refills. And as always, Dr. Natalie Meyer, Terry, Rachel, Cindy, Christina, or myself will answer your calls at 845-5280. Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City.
Bayshore Cityside is a leading power sports and marine dealer proudly serving the Valley City area. Their goal is to help you with all of your needs: sales, service, accessories, and apparel. Their experienced staff is committed to finding the right products for you at the best possible price. Whether you are an experienced racer or just planning your first off-road ATV adventure, Bayshore Cityside welcomes you to experience their lineup of utility vehicles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and boats. Stop in Bayshore Cityside in Valley City. It's worth the ride.
Andrew Sikora leading off our bottom of the second inning. Valley City with a 2-1 lead on our LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Sikora had himself another good afternoon of games against Mandan a week ago. And he'll take a rip at this first pitch, and this one hit over towards shortstop. Fly ball ought to be handled easily, and that'll be a first pitch pop out. Sakura kind of a player where, again, said it in the pregame show, stat sheet doesn't really stand out to you, but the on-base percentage is always good, and you always feel like that he always just has this knack of being able to step up and take advantage of maybe a team that overlooks him a little bit. And, I mean, he came through with a big 2-run single against Mandan, and I believe what was the second game. That one's going to be off the plate, and the count goes to 1-0. That second game against Mandan, Valley City put up 7 runs. 5 of them, I believe, came in the third inning. And that was just a game where both teams rolled out their number one guys, both guys throwing over 80 miles an hour. And you just need someone to step up, and it's kind of a collective effort from Valley City. And that's kind of what you want out of an offense is you want your top guys to feast. Of course, you want 1, 2, 3, 4 to be the guys that carry the lineup. But it helps when, 6, 7, 8, 9 give you something to work with. 3-0 pitch here to Will Schwer. That'll be in there for a called strike, and the count goes to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike here to the Valley City DH, Leighton Hendrickson, looming on deck. Takes a late swing at that one, and that'll be a full count at 3-2. So the parallels of the first 2 ABs, a 1 pitch out, and now a full count coming up. Into the windup, kicks and fires, and this is going to be a little liner, and this will be right towards the center fielder. And center fielder kind of had 1 step back, 1 step forward, kind of staying in the rocking chair there. Ultimately, just found it going right to him. So Will Schwer makes a decent bit of contact, but unfortunately hits it right to the open man in center field. This will be Leighton Hendrickson coming up, and he's trying to match the first swing he had against Mandan where he hit a ball off the top of the fence. First pitch here to the Valley City right fielder, and that'll be in there, and the count will start off at 0-1. Layton's the type of player where, great arm out in the outfield. That's why he plays right field. But is a player that if he can just kind of get the consistent bat path down a little bit more, he's going to be a terrific player. No balls, 2 strikes here as Minot looking to respond with a 1-2-3 inning of their own. The pitch by Danielson. And that's going to be a reaching swing, and it'll just hug the line, and that'll stay fair. So Hendrickson grounds out to first. So an unassisted put out by the first baseman will end things here in our bottom of the second. So both teams throw up 1, 2, 3 innings, and we go to our bottom of the second, or our top of the third, I should say, right after this break.
You're listening to the Minnesota Twins on the Voice of the Valley, 1490 KOVC AM Valley City and 96.3 K242 CZ Valley City.
Bayshore Cityside is a leading power sports and marine dealer proudly serving the Valley City area. Their goal is to help you with all of your needs: sales, service, accessories, and apparel. Their experienced staff is committed to finding the right products for you at the best possible price. Whether you are an experienced racer or just planning your first off-road ATV adventure, Bayshore Cityside welcomes you to experience their lineup of utility vehicles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and boats. Stop in Bayshore Cityside in Valley City. It's worth the ride.
Wake up and smell the bacon, Valley City. The North 9, located inside the Valley City Town and Country Club, is now your go-to breakfast spot, serving up the goods Monday through Saturday from 8 to 11 a.m. And don't forget about our epic Sunday brunch from 10 to 2. From the classic comfort foods like pancakes, bacon, eggs, biscuits, and gravy to some tasty twists. Yeah, we've got it all. Bring your appetite, bring your crew, come hungry, and leave happy. Breakfast just got a whole lot better. See you at the North 9.
TJ Helmstead leading off the inning for Minot. First pitch going to miss low for ball 1. So we begin our third inning of play. That one's going to miss a little bit outside for ball 2. So Praska trying to throw up another scoreless inning of work for Valley City. That one's going to be in there for a called strike, and the count will go to 2-1. 2 strikeouts through 2 innings so far here for Praska. That'll be a reaching swing, and this will be a lazy fly ball over to Fetch. Fetch moves underneath of it for out number 1. That was a bit of a late swing there by Helmstead, and he just You could tell he was trying to fight that one off and trying to almost keep his shoulder inside and pull it towards left field, but the bat just a little too far out in front and just knocks it off the handle right towards Fetch. So that is a good bit of pitching there by Proska to force that weak contact. So one out here, and this will be Brock Thompson, and already his AB is going to last longer than the first one. He was hit by a pitch his first time up. This first pitch, a called strike. I'll be right down the middle, and the count goes to 0-2. So Proska looking for strikeout number 3 here. Struck out the second batter in each of the first 2 innings. And he'll make that 3 for 3 with second batters as he punches out his third man of the game. And this will bring up Levi Ballas, who he struck out in the first inning.
Levi
Ballas, catcher, going to be in a wide open stance. That open stance helps batters get a better view of the ball. Also does a better job of allowing them to kind of get that kind of natural pull swing going. Thing is, though, it does sometimes limit their ability to cover the outside part of the plate. There's a pitch in there for a strike, 0-1 count. Little flare shot, Sikora running back, and that'll be, no, it'll be catcher's interference. It'll be catcher's interference. So it'll be catcher's interference, or excuse me, something's going on. So they're going to courtesy run because it's the catcher. So it'll be a catcher's interference, so that'll be a unforced error by Corbin Powell. This is not the first time we've seen Corbin get a little too aggressive trying to reach for the ball, and ultimately just a opportunity for Valley City gone by the wayside there to get out of this. Proska's pitch will be in the dirt, and it'll go to one ball, no strikes. So this will bring up Remington Anderson. Anderson 1 for 1 today with the lone hit for Minot. It was a blooper in the left field. That one just misses inside, and the count goes to 2-0. And as a catcher, your kind of heart sinks, of course, when you get catcher's interference. It's a mistake that you never want to make. That one in there for a called strike, and the count goes 2-1. But your heart really sinks when it's the last out of an inning, and you know you just disrupted your pitcher's rhythm. 2-1 pitch. That one just a bit high, and zone tightening up here a little bit. And it'll be 3 balls, 1 strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Proska will kick and fire, and this will be a little shot over to second. Fetch dives, knocks it down, throw to first in time. And Fetch picks up his teammate. Full layout dive, robs it. Remington Anderson of a hit, and a perfect play there by Valley City. So we go now to our bottom of the third. Valley City still in front, 2-0.
For over 40 years, Custom Machine has delivered on quality and service. Whether it's 1 part or 1,000, they guarantee superior results from prototype to production. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, Custom Machine is a full-service welding fabrication shop offering CNC machining, water jet precision cutting, fabrication, and production welding capabilities to meet all of your metalworking needs. Find out more at www.custommachine.net. Custom Machine of Oaks, 742-3188.
Is your planter getting some acres on it? Well, don't forget about Gramlow Ltd. in Fullerton. They can help you make that older planter like new again. They have options to rebuild the parallel arms, new opener blades, get your meters tuned up and tested, or even update to an all-new metering system if needed. They can help you upgrade your fertilizer system and set you up with a set of tracks, too. Give the guys at Gramlow Ltd. a call today, 375-6330, or visit GramlowLTD.com, helping growers get the most out of their corn planting equipment.
You care deeply for your loved ones, and so do we at CHI Oaks Hospital Clinic. Our dedicated primary care team supports the health of your whole family, from routine checkups to preventative care and everything in between. We're with you through every age and every stage, helping each generation live life to the fullest. Visit oakshospital.com to learn more. CHI Oaks Hospital Clinic, caring for your family with compassion, expertise, and grace. Call 742-3600 to schedule your appointment, because your health matters.
9-1-2 due up for Valley City. It'll be Bryson Heck, Corbin Powell, and Trevor Fetch. Heck getting his first AB in this game. Bryson Heck Probably the ace of this Valley City staff, but also its preferred center fielder. And this is going to be a high fly ball into the sky, but ultimately left fielder looks like he has a pretty solid beat on this. So for the second straight inning, Valley City goes chasing the first pitch, and what a bad pitch to take a swing at, but ultimately you are making things pretty economical for the man out there on the mound in Caden Danielson. Corbin Powell walked in his first plate appearance, came around to score, also recorded a stolen base. Fetch with the lone hit today for Valley City, standing in the on-deck circle. That'll skip in the dirt. And the count will go here to 0-1. Both teams only with one hit and both teams with one error, but Valley City with those 2 runs off a couple of productive outs by Samuelson and Rosema. Get me over curveball in there for a strike, and the count will be 1 ball and 1 strike. Powell walked on 5 pitches. His first time up. Wind starting to pick up here a little bit in Valley City. That'll miss high, and the count going to 2-1. The flag in center field, blowing from right to left. The 2-1 pitch on the way. That'll be just off the plate, and the count goes to 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike. Powell looking for something to square up and hit into the gap. And takes that high for ball 4, so Powell operating as the leadoff man, gets on base. And it is a different set of mindset going from the 3 and the 4 hole to the leadoff spot. You can think kill the ball all you want, but you're the leadoff guy, or you're hitting at the top of the order. Sometimes you have to sacrifice your average just to get on base, and you have to treat walks like singles. So Powell able to take a couple of walks there, and this will bring up Trevor Fetch. Fetch hit a little blooper in the left field for the first hit for Valley City. In fact, kind of both teams with the same style of hit. 2 little doinkers out in the left field that just found a patch of grass to fall into. No balls, 1 strike here with 1 away. Kind of the key play in that is the error that happened after the hit by Fetch. Runner off and going. A little bit of a slow transfer. Throw is not going to be in time. Ballas just did not get that one out of the glove well at all. And it just kind of was fiddling for it, trying to find the seams, and that kind of transition allowed Powell enough room to get over to second base. But going back to that hit by Fetch, the misplay out and left is what allowed Corbin to get to third, and it is what allowed Fetch to get over towards second base. And Fetch hits a doinker down the left field line. Could be trouble if fair, but that'll hook well foul. And the count will go to 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strike here for the Valley City second baseman. Made a phenomenal play in the top half of this inning to rob Minot of a hit and perhaps some runs. 1-2 pitch upcoming here. Kick and fire, and Fetch a little bit late on that one, but he'll foul it away. That was, I believe, the 39th pitch of the day for the Minot pitcher, Caden Danielson. 1-2 pitch upcoming again. Fetch, and will foul that one away. And, well, you can tell Fetch got it, but it looks like it might have caught him on the foot. When you hear the foul tip and you look down and you don't immediately see the ball, it's either in the glove or off the foot, and that one off the lead foot of Fetch. 1-2 pitch upcoming here. And Fetch not going down easy as Danielson is trying to find that put-away pitch. And this is where it gets frustrating if you're the opposing pitcher, because you just think, okay, what do I got to throw to get it by this guy? The 1-2 pitch upcoming once again, and little reaching swing over to third base. Powell's going to go to third, so it'll move up the runner 90 feet as Powell did a good job of reading the third baseman. Situation like that, third baseman's willing to give up the runner going to third base if it'll mean with 2 outs. So the 5-3 put out will bring up Jack Samuelson. Samuelson, an RBI on the day, 4-3 put out. And Powell will head back to the dugout. It'll be Adam Shenenko, the courtesy runner, coming in. So now Danielson going to be going out of the full stretch here. Pitch to Samuelson, and he takes a big rip at that one. Comes up empty, and the count will be 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Man at third base for Valley City. Samuelson rolled out to second and scored a man first time up. Needs to be able to get this one into a patch of grass to drive in the next run. That'll be a low skipping ball and a good reaching slide by Ballas to get a glove on that one and keep it in front of him. Shenenko, the courtesy runner being brought in. Not as quite as fast as Corbin, so he'll need a little bit more on a pass ball in order to get him home from third base. 2-1 pitch coming up here as that misses high. Parker Rolsema, the man on deck. Valley City would love to get their second hit of the game here. Samuelson reaches for that one, a bit over anxious on the swing, and the count will be evened up here at 2 strikes. 2 strikes, man at third base. 2-0 lead for Valley City in our bottom of the third inning. Danielson gets the pitch he likes into the windup, kicks, fires, and that one will not run back inside. It'll hang high at the chin of Samuelson. It'll be a full count, 3-2. Full count pitch coming up here to the Valley City shortstop. Into the windup, kicks, fires, and Samuelson ropes this one out in the left center, but it's going to hang up just enough. Hit it right on the screws, but it hung up too far, and the center fielder making a nice running play. Great jump by Remington Anderson to run that one down in the gap, and Samuelson's going to do nothing but just mutter about this wonderful but stupid game sometimes where you can hit a ball that hard but just hit it right to the wide open man in center field. We'll be back here with our top of the fourth inning. Valley City still in front 2-0 here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula, 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Valley City with a 2-0 lead here over Minot as we get set to begin our top of the fourth inning. Jack Samuelson hit one on a rope, but just right to Remington Anderson, who got robbed of a hit his last time up, which ended the top of the third, and he robs Jack Samuelson, and the score still remained at 2-0, and both teams with still 1 hit. Jace Price coming up, grounded out into a fielder's choice. His first plate appearance. Makes a reach and swing at that one, and that one will hook just foul before it gets to James Schwer over at third. That one floated up in the zone, and Price kind of was backing out of the way, then thought it was going to cut in and just took a really kind of tomahawk swing at it, and just ultimately better off for him that it was foul. Gets tied up on another one inside, so Praska's kind of been able to throw this kind of not quite curve, but it's not a fastball. Kind of just throwing a slow cutter. That's really tied up Price these last 2 pitches. 0-2 pitch, fires the high fastball, and Price taken all the way, and that'll be ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Price getting into the windup, will fire, and he's tied up Price a couple of times with these high pitches inside. Price takes a hack at that one, and we'll go to 1-2. Roscoe looking for strikeout number 4 on the day. Good slide piece that got Price thinking about it, but ultimately able to keep the bat back, and it'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch upcoming here. Roscoe fires and can't get him to swing at that one, so after being a bit swing happy early on in this count, Price has done a good job of tightening up the strike zone. Full count pitch upcoming. Roscoe fires and gets him to swing and miss. Powell able to keep it in front of him and will tag out Price to complete the strikeout. 4 on the day for Proska. So this will bring up Brady Vigestad. Vigestad grounded out the shortest first time up. That ended the first inning of play. So at least one strikeout in every inning so far here for Proska. That'll be in there for a called strike, and the count will start 0-1. So Proska doing a good job pitching in reverse, but gets a caught too. It's caught being a bit too greedy with that curveball left in the middle of the zone. That'll be roped down the line. That'll be at least 2. And he was doing a good job keeping the hitters off balance, but he just floated that curveball up there one too many times, and Biggestad did a good job keeping his weight back on that one and just fired it right into the left field line for a double. So 1-out double here for Minot. They get a man in scoring position, and this will bring up Owen Sundahl. Sundahl, typical theme here, is grounded out to short. Jack Samuelson's been very busy over at the 6-hole. First pitch in there for a called strike, and the count will start off 0-1. So it'll be Sundahl, followed up by Logan Dixon. Proska looks back the man at second. Will kick and fire, and this one hit up the middle. Proska will fire it over to first. And so runner goes to third. Proska gave him a look at second. And again, in that situation, you're just thinking about give yourself the opportunity to get out. And Proska is making plays like a pitcher who's pitching with confidence right now. You get a pitcher that's kind of maybe thinking a bit too much. Sometimes they'll try to get the man at second in a rundown, or they'll throw to third or whatever. Just go to first. You're pitching great. Just focus on getting out the next man. Kind of worst thing you can do is try to be worried too much about a runner going from scoring position and then not getting an out at all. So Proska here starts him out with an 0-1 count. Dixon fouled that one away. 2 outs here, and Proska will take a quick step off the back of the mound. Dixon digging in. Strikeout victim his first time up. Proska will kick and fire, and a good-looking curveball tied him up. Count will go to 0-2, so Proska looking to pitch his way out of a little bit of a jam here after the 1-out double. Proska comes set, looks back the man at third, kicks, fires. It'll be a slide piece that'll go outside, and the count will be 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 away. Proska look at home. Rock back and fire, and that'll be outside. Powell does a good job to be able to get a glove on that one. To keep the man at third base. 2-2 pitch up coming here. Ty Iverson is the man on deck. Proska comes set, quickly into the fire, and this will be hit high into the air. Bryson Heck moving in, and he's going to call off Fetch. A little bit of a misread there, but ultimately able to get his glove to it. So Bryson Heck comes in, runs that one down. Fetch also in position to get to that one, but got called off by the center fielder. So Valley City throws up another scoreless inning of work, and Proska going a shutout so far. We'll get back here with our bottom of the 4th inning in just a little bit here on KOVC.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Parker Rolsema set to lead off this bottom of the 4th inning for Valley City. Rolsema, like Samuelson, got a RBI on a productive groundout. His was a high chopper that he nearly beat out, but ultimately did the job well enough to give Valley City its current 2-0 lead. Valley City, though, he's got a couple base runners on since then, but has not yet been able to register another hit off what's been a very solid outing by Caden Danielson. 1 ball, no strike here. Start off the Valley City left fielder. in there for a called strike, and the count now evened up at a ball and a strike. Pitchers duels so far here on this Wednesday afternoon. And Rolsma not able to pull the trigger on the curveball. That was a looping curveball that just hung in the middle of the zone, but Rolsma unable to get the bat off the shoulder. 1 ball, 2 strikes coming up. Pitch by Danielson. Rolsma able to foul that one into the screen. Danielson, for as good as he's been on the mound, has not been able to punch out a Valley City batter yet. Has walked Corbin Powell twice, but has yet to get that punch out. Danielson throws a nasty changeup. And that one just dived into the dirt, and Rolsma did a good job keeping the bat back, and the count will go to 2-2. That's 50 pitches so far here for Danielson. Will fire a fastball that dots the outside corner for a called strike 3. So first strikeout for Danielson in this game, and this will bring up James Schwer. Schwer flied out to left field, or right field, excuse me, to end the last inning.
Number 5, James Schwer.
Wind has died down once again here at Charlie Brown. Slow curveball that gets back down to the letters, but ultimately a bit too far inside, and it'll be 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 pitch coming up here, and Schwer will take a fastball high, and the count goes to 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Andrew Sikora, the man on deck. And Schwer hits a good shot into right center, and that'll fall down for a hit. So Schwer goes the opposite way, and ultimately able to get that one down just in front of a running Remington Anderson. Anderson made a great play on a ball in the gap to take a hit away from Valley City that would have played it a run. This time, though, Schwer able to go towards the opposite field and put down a nice little stroke for the second hit of the game for Valley City. This will bring up Andrew Sikora. Sikora popped out to short in his first plate appearance. Low, and Paulus does a good job to get himself in front of that one and smothered in front. Schwer will need a wild pitch or a pass ball to get to second base, not the base stealer for Valley City. He's taking a decent-sized lead, though. Gotta be careful not to get picked off. That'll be in there for a called strike, and the count will go to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 away. Here in our bottom of the 4th inning, Valley City with that 2-0 lead on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. That'll be just a smidge low. I don't think that Danielson necessarily in love with that one. Might have been a bit off the plate as well. The 2-1 pitch upcoming, and this will be hit towards short and not quite able to be knocked down on the backhand, so Sikora comes through with a single. That was going to have to be a backhand snag by the shortstop, Ty Iverson. Got a glove to it, just could not quite contain it.
Number 8, Will Schwer.
Oh, back-to-back hits here for Valley City, and this will bring up Will Schwer. Will Schwer, solid bit of contact his first time up, but hit it right out to Remington Anderson in center field. Trying to pull this one a little bit more. That'll miss high, and the count goes to 1-0. 1 ball, no strike here to the Valley City DH. Leighton Hendrickson is the next man up. Danielson fires, and Schwer hits this one deep to left field. Way back, and it's off the fence. Valley City will get at least 1. A little bit of a bobble. They're going to wave Sikora going for 2. They throw a meaningless cutoff to third base. So Sikora, kind of a bit of a stumble coming around the bag, but ultimately Minot went cutoff instead of cutoff to home, and Valley City plates 2 runs, and Will Schwer has been searching for that hit for quite some time. And the super senior comes through with a 1-out, 2-run double to make it a 4-0 lead for Valley City. So 3 straight hits in the inning for Valley City as they've pushed their advantage to 4. First pitch here to Leighton will miss inside, and the count will be 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes here to the Valley City right fielder. Ground out the first his first time up. And Layton's going to foul that one off the inner leg, and that'll move the count to 1-1. Talk with Layton during the intermission in that Mandan game. Says that the one thing he needs to work on is being able to identify the outside pitch as a strike or a ball. Says he gets a little chase happy sometimes on that outside corner. But he's got a lot of potential to be a pretty good corner outfielder for this team. Count goes to 2-1. Reason why he's getting a nod in the batting order today. 2 balls, 1 strike with 1 away. Schwer taking a lead off second. Layton hits a high chopper to third. Not quite high enough. Bit of a lob throw off target. Layton trying to run it down. No, can't quite get underneath the tag. That was a bit of a laissez ski throw over to first base by the third baseman, Bigestad. First baseman cut it off and went right into the base path, but Helmstad a little laissez ski trying to get over there and tag out Hendrickson. And Hendrickson nearly kind of dipped the shoulder and rolled himself into what would have been a very awkward air to give up for Minot. But ultimately, it does go down as a 5-3 putout. First pitch to Bryson Heck in there for a called strike, and the count will be 0-1. Bryson flied out the left in his first plate appearance. No balls, 1 strike here to the Valley City center fielder. And it hits another high chopper to third. Bryson runs a lot faster. Throw to first in time. So Valley City pushes 2 across, but a couple of back-to-back 5-3 putouts. Kneecaps them only at 2 runs, but Valley City's able to double their advantage as we go to our top of the 5th inning. Valley City in front by a score of 4-0.
Lever's Foods, best quality, best price. Lever's Foods, best service, they're nice. Lever's Foods, they make everything right. Lever's Foods.
Happy 4th of July from Lever's Foods. All this week, save on Our Family Ice Cream, $2.99. Kraft Shredded or Chunk Cheese, $1.99 with coupon and flyer. Vlasic Pickles, just $2.79. And extra large green seedless grapes, only $1.99 a pound. Deliveries available by calling 845-1732. Lever's Foods, Valley City.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Laco Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue or Chase Carpenter at 701-845-6938 for an investment professional. And tax and accounting professionals with Jim Laco and team at 701-845-1660 for a tax professional. Security is offered through LPL Financial. Member FINRA SIPC. Grotberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grotberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grotberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grotbergelectric.com.
Luke Praska back out there for another inning of work. He'll be facing 8-9-1 for Minot. It'll be Ty Iverson, TJ Helmstad, and Brock Thompson. It's a check swing there, and they're going to say it's a ball. Oh, not a bad-looking pitch there by Praska. It might have been a bit low. That'll be outside, and it quickly goes to 2-0. Iverson ground out to short his first time up. Next pitch here, and that's going to be low and in the dirt, so a quick 3-0 count here. And Luke's someone that works quick, but sometimes he works a bit too fast, I would say. Maybe doesn't take the proper rest in between some pitches, so sometimes mistakes can kind of compound on one another if you don't slow yourself down. 3-1 pitch coming up, and the curveball comes back down from orbit, and that'll be a 3-2 count. 3 balls, 2 strikes here to the shortstop for Minot. Praska kicks, fires, curveball, stays high, and that'll be ball 4. So that is the first walk Praska has issued in this one. This will bring up TJ Helmstad. So if you take into account the hit by pitch, that is the second free pass Praska has allowed today. Helmstad popped out to Trevor Fetch his first time up. 4-0 lead for Valley City in our top of the 5th inning. Praska Fires a curveball. He's using that curveball a lot. Was tagged for a double in the last inning. Be careful not to get too in love with the breaking ball. Get too formulaic. Fastball outside, and the count will go to 1-1. Decent secondary lead there by Ty Iverson. We all know Corbin not afraid to throw it down to first base, especially when he's got an open window to do so. The 1-1 pitch, and it's a check swing, but ultimately kept the bat well enough back, and the count will go to 2-1. Yeah, so Praska really trying to establish that breaking ball here in this fifth inning. And it'll go to 3-1, so a few control issues here from Praska to start off this inning, and you never want to walk 8-9 to face the top of the order to lead off an inning. And Praska works too quick there and scuds it in the dirt for ball 4, and that'll be 2 men on and no outs for Praska. And Corbin going out for kind of a well-deserved mound visit. And this is where if I was Corbin, I'd be going out there saying, listen, it's like just get back to establishing number one. We're getting behind with the curveball too often. So if we're throwing the fastball 1 every 4 times, we're not going to be that accurate with it. So again, goes with the curveball. I'm amazed at how he's starting out almost every single hitter with that curveball, and it's getting very formulaic, which is what you never want to do when you're a pitcher. That'll be a check swing, and that'll be a foul ball, and the count will even up at 1-1. What I mean by formulaic is that you're really able to start tuning in on if you're a hitter, which is almost like curveball plus heater equals this. And usually it's been curveball plus heater equals slider for third pitch. 1-1 pitch. Bunt shown, and it's going to be low and in the dirt, and the count goes to 2-1. So bunt got shown there. You got Sikora running in to cover the bunt. It'll be Fetch moving to cover first base. 1-1 pitch, and that'll be laced into left field, and Valley City will be able to get this one in quickly enough to hold the runners. But that is bases loaded and no outs here as Minot, which has not really been able to get anything consistent on the offense going, now has bases loaded here for the meat of the order. Levi Ball is coming up 0 for 2 today with the strikeout and the catcher's interference. Praska would desperately love a strikeout right now. And instead it'll be a left field single. So it'll be station to station as it'll be Minot starting to square up Praska, and Chase Carpenter coming out after the first 4 men have reached base for the Metros in this inning. So Minot has put the tying run on base here, and we'll see how Valley City chooses to elect to try to get out of this jam. Back here in a little bit after the mound visit on KOVC.
Hi, this is Clint from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy in beautiful downtown Valley City, your only locally owned pharmacy since 1989. When you're locally owned, you care about your community and your customers. We offer a great selection of gifts and toys, as well as yarns, fabrics, sewing, and crafting. We are here for you from 9 to 5:30 weekdays and Saturdays 9 to 1. For all your pharmaceutical needs, give us a call, 845-5280.
Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Minot has now built some momentum here. 4-1 for Valley City, but Minot's gotten the first 4 men of this 5th inning on base and have now cut the deficit down to 3. And this will bring up Remington Anderson, who's probably got the 2 best swings for Minot in this game. Has a single and a ground out to second, but that ground out to second, not just any ground out, took a diving effort by Trevor Fetch to rob him of that hit. So Luke Praska has given up a couple of left field singles here. Now trying to find a way to lock down and be able to get something preferably right to a corner infielder where you can go home to first. No balls, 1 strike here. Starts him out with the curve. Starts him out with another curve and doesn't get the corner, and the count will go to 1-1. Valley City very much willing to give up 2 for 1, though, if it goes up the middle. The 1-1 pitch by Proska. That'll be inside, and it hits Remington, and that'll be exactly what Valley City did not want. So a hit by pitch RBI, and now the tying run in scoring position. And this will be Jace Price coming up. And so these kind of control issues, you would say, have come really out of nowhere. He hadn't walked anybody until this inning, and he hadn't hit a batter until the first. Since the first, I should say. In there for a strike, and the count goes to 0-1. And this is kind of just where you have to simplify the game plan. It's like we're throwing fastballs until we get 2 strikes. Got to be able to get ahead of these batters. Going to the curve, and he just can't quite get the snap on it anymore. I'll put the count to 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2-men across with no outs. Fires, and that'll be fouled into the screen, and the count goes to 1-2. Sometimes in a situation like this, if you can't get the strikeout, the one thing you kind of want is maybe just a lazy infield fly. Someone to build a bit of confidence. Price is hit into a fielder's choice and is struck out. The pitch. Curve stays up in the zone and stays too high, and it'll be 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bases juiced here for Minot. Go ahead run now at third base. Pitch here for Proska. Gets him on an outside strike call. I don't think he went around, but I think he might have got a friendly corner. And sometimes when you're facing a kind of a back against the wall situation like this, sometimes what you need is a friendly corner. Bigestad, though, could untie this game, or could give Minot the lead with 1 swing of the bat. Laced a double his last time up off a hanging curveball. Fastball swung on a miss, and the count goes to 0-1. And you think that you'd ought to know that you can't give this guy another curveball. You got to stick with the heat here, or if you're going to throw the curveball, you got to make sure it stays outside. And a little doinker, and this go right to Samuelson, and that's what I'm talking about right there. Sometimes you just need that lazy little flop over towards an infielder. Bigstad got jammed, and ball went right to Samuelson. And this will bring up Owen Sundahl. So Valley City able to get a couple of outs here and now have a chance to get out of this inning. Still with the lead. Sundahl has put the ball in play both times. Ground out to short and a ground out to the pitcher. First pitch by Proska. High curveball stays up, and it'll be 1 ball, no strikes. Proska now at 78 pitches. This has been by far his most taxing inning of the game. Proska will fire, and this one hit into center field. Bryson did not get a great jump on it, but ultimately will make the running catch, and he kind of slaps his glove. He knows that he shouldn't have taken a step in. Ultimately has enough speed to prevent that ball from getting over his head and catches it. And Valley City gives up 2 runs but doesn't give up the lead. So after 4.5 innings, it is now a 4-2 lead for Valley City. Back here in a little bit with our bottom of the 5th on KOVC.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Bottom of the 5th set to begin here. Valley City looking to respond after giving up 2 runs in the top part of this inning. Leading off the inning for Valley City will be Corbin Powell. It'll be 1-2-3 due up for Valley City. Corbin's been on both times in today with 2 walks Also has a couple of stolen bases. Trevor Fetch with one of the hits for Valley City. Jack Samuelson with a good swing the last time it got robbed. That'll be high and inside. And the count will start off here at 1-0. 1-0 pitch here to the Valley City catcher. That'll miss high, and the count goes to 2-0. This is when you need your top of the order really to come through here. Got to be able to pick up your pitcher after he had a little bit of a laborious inning. That'll miss high, and the count goes to 3-0. So Powell looking to get on base for the third time today off a walk. Next pitch here to Corbin, and that'll dot the outside corner, and the count will go to 3-1. So Corbin has drawn a 5-pitch walk in each of his first 2 at-bats, and now is in position to draw another one of those 5-pitch walks. Makes a high cut at that one, and it'll get up and out of play. It'll be a full count at 3-2. 72 pitches now for Danielson in this one. Full count upcoming here. Corbin Powell trying to get on base for the third straight at-bat. That'll miss high for ball 4, so Corbin draws his third walk of the game, so a good day for the OBP for Valley City. This will bring up Trevor Fetch. Corbin has peeled off a couple of stolen bases here.
Second baseman, number 1, Trevor Fetch.
Don't know how aggressive Valley City is going to be. Ballas might have got Corbin the last time, if not for a bit of a transfer issue. First pitch here, Fetch shows bunt, pulls it back, but they'll call a strike anyway, and it'll be no balls, 1 strike. Corbin rarely runs on the first pitch. Oh, is very prolific on the second. Doesn't run on this one. Fetch shows bunt, pulls it back. Fetch, more than a capable bunter. Again, I'm not a big fan of bunting in this situation. I feel like that you don't really improve your chances of scoring that much if you give up an out. Pick-out throw back to first base. Powell in there with a dive. The count will be 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Fetch shows bunt. It'll be a high bunt, and it'll be caught, and that'll be a double up, and that's exactly what you can't have happen right there. So it'll be a botched bunt, and it'll be just the one thing you can't have. Powell's off and running on the bunt, and those are the type of things that can come back and bite you. This will bring up Jack Samuelson. Samuelson 0 for 2 today with a chopper to second and a line out to center. First pitch here to the Valley City shortstop. Swung on and missed, and the count will start off 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 away after that double play. And that's going to be in there, and the count will go to 1-1 as that one stayed low. Samuelson trying to get his first hit of the day. That'll miss high, and the count goes to 2-1. Again, I'm just not a fan of bunting with a man at first with the top of the order. If it's the 9-hole hitter, I get it. But with the top of the order, I'm just not a fan of it. So 3 balls, 1 strike as I'm now joined in the booth by a bumblebee. I can tell it's a bumblebee because it's fuzzy and yellow. And that's going to miss high, and it'll go to a walk, and Samuelson on for the first time today. Might also be a carpenter bee. No, I think carpenter bees, those are the fuzzy black ones. I don't know, there's like a bee spotting chart. I remember that you see floating around on social media. Worst ones that you can get are the wasp or the bees that'll literally, those are the bees that'll fight you over anything. That'll be in there, and the count goes to 0-1. Parker Rolsema struck out his last plate appearance. Samuelson off and running. Not a great jump. Throw is in time, so Valley City goes down an untraditional 1-2-3. As Valley City goes down on a caught stealing, and, well, the base running less than ideal in that frame for Valley City. So Valley City still with the lead, but Minot with the momentum. Interesting to see who Valley City goes to. And now Samuelson a bit slow getting up over at second base. Don't know if he jammed his wrist or not, so hopefully he's able to get up, and we'll see after this. So Valley City going to send Luke Praska back to the mound. Keep it right here on KOVC.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate, and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula. 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can
Back here for our top of the 6th inning. Be a pinch hitter on for Minot in this one. Catch the number for y'all, and that is going to be Cole Deaver getting the AB. First pitch to Deaver for a strike. Second pitch in there for a strike. So Cole Deaver pinch hitting for Logan Dixon down in the count 0-2. That'll run inside, and the count will now move to 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch, and that'll be outside, and the count goes to 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. James Schwer was warming up in between innings for Valley City. Corbin not quite able to steal the strike on the outside corner, and this is not what you want, where you get them 0-2, and then you just get caught nibbling a little bit. 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed, and that is what you need. So able to get the swinging strikeout, and Deaver gets punched out there.
The shortstop, 21, Ty Iverson.
So you think Valley City might have a rather short leash here on Praska. Valley City able to pitch its full arsenal today, with it being well rested. And Praska loses control of that one and fires it to the backstop, and the count will start off here 1-0. So I believe the B I have in front of me is going to just be your standard Bumblebee, but it is a rather skinny Bumblebee. That'll run in behind Iverson, and Praska is just, I think he's tried to throw his curveball twice, and he's just not had just really has not had the control over it. Fastball, high chopper, Praska's got it. Needs a good throw to first, and it's in time. So the 1-3 put out, and it'll make it 2 quick outs. Let's bring up TJ Helmstead. Helmstead walked in his last plate appearance and came around to score. Had to consult that bee spotting guide to figure out what it is. And I was right. It was a bumblebee. That one in there for a strike, and the count goes to 0-1. The difference between a bumblebee and a honeybee is the bumblebee is fuzzy. The honeybee is more sleek. This is going to be a little doinker out into center, and it's going to get down. Bryson was coming in trying to get to that one, but that one just kind of looped and hung up, and the 9-hole hitter, Helmstead, is having himself a pretty solid day at the plate. Been on twice today, and this will flip things over to the top of the order. And this will bring up Brock Thompson. Thompson singled between short and third his last time up, and you think Valley City might put on a bit of a shift, but they still have Schwer guarding down the third base line. This will be a late swing and a foul ball, and the count will go to 0-1. No balls, 1 strike here. That was the 91st pitch for Luke Praska. 5 hits now for Minot in this one. That'll be a high fastball that doesn't quite come back down, and it'll be 1-1. You got to feel like this is going to be the last inning for Proska. 1-1 pitch. We'll kick and fire, and that'll be low, and the count will go to 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike with 2 away. In our top of the 6th inning. And Praska throws a nice front door curveball that is able to get himself to a 2-2 count. So he's punched him out once today. Would love to pick up another one. 2-2 count. Runner at first. The pitch. And he gets a foul ball on a ball that was well off and up from the plate. And ultimately, lucky for Thompson, he did foul that one off. Praska's going to come set. Fastball. Stays high. And it'll be a full count. So runner off in motion. You got a feeling this is going to be the last batter for Proska in this one. Walk, strike, hit, whatever. The full count pitch off the plate, ball 4. And Chase Carpenter staying put in the dugout for now. This will bring up Levi Ballas. Ballas singled and drove in a run. So they're going to trust Proska to try to get himself out of this inning. He's at 97 pitches. Ballas has struck out, gotten on with catcher's interference, and has gotten an RBI single. So 1 for 2 day, and that'll be a breaking ball that doesn't quite stay in the zone, and it'll be 1-0. I think you might be rolling your luck here a little bit. I think Proska's a little bit gassed. Gets a swinging, and you need Sikora to get to this one, trying to run it down, and can't quite make the basket catch. He was taking a little too long to look at the fence. That's just kind of got to be one of those where you just take off and run. Kind of take off and run, and you kind of just have your hand out there, and just a little too preoccupied with where the fence was on that one. 1-1 pitch. Misses off the outside corner, and that'll be the 100th pitch for Proska in this one. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 away. Proska trying to get through 6 innings. Curveball in there for a strike, and it'll be 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2 men on, 2-run lead for Valley City. Proska trying to get out of this. The pitch. That'll be a roller over to first base. Sikora over to get there. Got to get the tag to him, and he did. So Sikora, it was him or nobody. It was a slow roller. Proska wasn't going to get there in time, and Sikora able to get to the ball and lay a tag on the runner. And so Ballas tried to dive underneath of it, but Sikora does a good job to tag the midsection and able to get Proska out of the inning. So Valley City survives the inning once again. Don't know if you'll see Proska again, but he pitched himself a pretty good ball game today. So we'll go to our bottom of the 6th inning. Valley City with a 4-2 lead.
Why choose Professional Eye Care Centers? 3 great reasons are Dr. Bond, Dr. Freilich, and Dr. Jangula. 3 of the most educated professional optometrists you'll ever meet. Next is their many locations. You can now see one of their spectacular doctors in Jamestown, Valley City, Carrington, Edgeley, Ellendale, and Lemoore. And finally, their fantastic selection. And yes, all of their frames and lenses are backed up by warranty. Visit ProEyeCareCenters.com and make an appointment today. Professional Eye Care Centers, clearly the best.
When you're craving the taste of juicy, flavorful, locally sourced beef and pork, look no further than your locally owned Valley Meat Supply. At Valley Meat Supply, we take pride in bringing you the finest cuts of beef and pork straight from local producers. So whether you're planning a mouth-watering barbecue or a cozy family meal, choose Valley Meat Supply for the highest quality, locally grown beef, pork, and award-winning jerky, sticks, and sausage. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City. Your taste buds will thank you.
Back here to begin our bottom of the 6th inning. Valley City still clinging to this 4-2 lead. Proska at over 100 pitches. He's done what you needed him to do. You got Schwer. That was warming up in between innings. So I just think that you got all you could get out of Proska today. Curveball doesn't quite have the snap that it did to it, and James still very much can dial it up when he needs to as well. Rolsema, a step up here for Valley City. Ground out and a strikeout today. Rolsema takes high, and the count will start off at 1-0. Valley City would love to be able to somehow find a way to chew back 2 runs and get Danielson out of this one. This one's skied into the air, and this is going to be shallow center field, and this will hang up plenty for Remington Anderson to move underneath of it for the catch. I'd say kind of both teams' busiest fielder today has probably been Remington Anderson in center field for Minot and the shortstop for Valley City, Jack Samuelson. James Schwer coming up here. He singled his last plate appearance, did a good job going the opposite way. And a little doinker, but that's going to be straight up into the air, and that'll be right to the catcher. So swings at a pitch that was kind of a little low and got underneath of it and just popped it straight into the air. So Valley City starting off this inning in rather unceremonious fashion with 2 quick outs. And this will bring up Andrew Sikora. Sikora, single, and a pop out to short. Pitch here to the Valley City first baseman, and Sikora's a couple of nice plays defensively in this one as well. Made that play to get Valley City out at the 6th. That'll be, catch the outside corner. The count goes to 1-1. That play Sikora made in the 6th inning, or top of the 6th inning, was not an easy one. It was a ball that was hit slow enough to where the pitcher was not going to get over to cover the bag in time, and it was hit far enough away from the bag to where you knew you weren't going to get to the bag in time to get a speedy runner. So you got to just get to the ball and take the short route to try to cut him off. And Sikora did a good job to get that handled. And that one is going to be a bit of an off-balance throw from second to first. Takes the fielder off the bag momentarily, but ultimately able to re-stab that back foot on the bag to put Valley City away. So a quick 1-2-3 inning, and Valley City goes down, and it looks like it is going to be James Schwer coming out trying to close this game down for Valley City. We'll be back here in a little bit with our top of the 7th here on KOVC. Valley City leads 4-2.
Rambo, a proud sponsor and fan of Viking and Highliner Athletics, has been serving North Dakota, South Dakota, and Minnesota with quality logoed apparel and promotional products since 1979. With online store options built to meet the needs of your company, organization, or team, Rambo will ensure that the process of ordering is easy and accurate, and that your items are received on time. When you're ready to put your logo to work, give Matt a call at 701-680-9585. Rambo, we're in the business of making you look good.
Do you see yourself traveling, working part-time, or moving somewhere warmer when you retire? Hi, I'm Andrew Delabar, your Oaks Edward Jones financial advisor, and I want to help make your retirement goals a reality. Let's talk about where you are, where you want to be, and how we get you there. Together, we can plan for the expected and make sure you're ready for the unexpected. Call me at 701-742-3552 or visit edwardjones.com to get started today. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Bayshore Cityside is a leading power sports and marine dealer proudly serving the Valley City area. Their goal is to help you with all of your needs: sales, service, accessories, and apparel. Their experienced staff is committed to finding the right products for you at the best possible price. Whether you are an experienced racer or just planning your first off-road ATV adventure, Bayshore Cityside welcomes you to experience their lineup of utility vehicles, ATVs, side-by-sides, and boats. Stop in Bayshore Cityside in Valley City. It's worth the ride.
It'll be James Schwer coming on to try to close this down for Valley City. A couple of defensive changes. Luke Praska goes to second. Fetch moves to short, and Jack Samuelson will go over towards third base. Be Remington Anderson coming on. Remington Anderson's had himself a good day in the field and at the plate. Hit by a pitch his last time up. Shows a bunt and pulls it back immediately as that one was high and off the zone. And the count will start off here at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch here by James, going to be in there for a strike, and the count will be at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, so it'll be 3, 4, 5. Heart of the order due up for Minot. This one hit off the handle over to Proska. Proska underneath of it, and he'll make the catch. So James Schwer gets exactly what he wants, which is a easy first out. That one just sounded like he hit it with a Coke can. Just hollow, hit it off the handle, straight up into the air, and easy first out. And this will bring up Jace Price. Price over 2 today, fielder's choice and a couple strikeouts. First pitch taken inside, and the count will go to 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes. Pitch here by Schwer is going to be late swing and fouled into the screen, and it'll be 1-1. So Schwer pitched himself a good game against Mandan. Only gave up 1 run in 7 innings, and now back out here trying to get the save. Ground ball to third. That's going to be fouled. The count goes to 1-2. This was kind of his role last year for Valley City. Him and Gavin Gerhardt were probably the go-to relievers if Carver Peterson and Ethan Miller needed relief. He's kind of what you would call the swing guy for Valley City. Stepped up and really has become a good, reliable pitcher. This one hit the right field, and Hendrickson on the run and catches it. That one had a bit more carry than I think Hendrickson realized, but ultimately does a good job and stays with it for the second out. This will bring up Brady Vigestad. Vigestad lined out the short his last time, also has a double. A good job there by Hendrickson. He was playing shallow, and ultimately you don't really suspect that the right-hand hitter is going to hit one with that much ferocity to the opposite field and directly at you. But ultimately able to run that one down. So a couple nice defensive plays in the outfield for Valley City to take away some hits. High chopper to third. That's going to go foul, and Minot down to their last strike. Valley City trying to put a bow on this one and seal this game 1 win. Reminder, we'll get you out to the Twins after this game concludes. James Schwer into the rocking chair. Fires, swung on and missed. Curve ball, able to strike Vigestad out. So Valley City will pick up the win here in game number 1. Excellent pitching for Valley City today. Only the one real inning of bother was Luke Praska in the 5th. And Praska able to work himself out of a couple of jams there. Maybe didn't have his A stuff, but pretty much had, you would say, B to B plus stuff, and ultimately gave his team a chance to win. Valley City, talking about that opportunistic offense, might have not showed up consistently, but showed up just enough to pick up the win. And that is now another game where Valley City holds a team to 3 runs and under, and that is always going to be a good formula for success. Couple of nice defensive plays for Valley City out in the field today. Samuelson had a couple of nice kind of plays at short. Benchacora's diving play at second base. And in the outfield, Bryson Heck got a bad jump on the ball, but ultimately managed to run it down and prevented it from getting over his head. And in this last inning, Leighton Hendrickson able to go up and take away a hit that was hit right on a rope to him, but it was a little bit of a challenging ball to get a read on. But ultimately, he's a very good defender. And Valley City ultimately only makes the 1 error on the day, and they end up picking up the win. Again, not a spectacular win. Not a game where you're going to say they pitched the best they ever had, or they hit the best they've ever had, or fielded the best they've ever had. But ultimately, when you can pick up a couple of unspectacular wins where you don't have to go out and play your A game every time to win a game, that is pretty good sign of a pretty good team. So Valley City picks up the win today. Luke Praska picks up the win. 6 solid innings out there for him on the mound. Racking up the strikeouts too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 strikeouts, 6 innings for Luke Praska. 6 strikeouts in 6 innings. James Schwer with the 1 strikeout in the 7th. And man kind of got away from Praska there at the end as his pitch count kind of got to 70. But ultimately able to do what his team needed to pick up the win, and James Schwer picks up the save. RBIs for Valley City today. Well, it was a good job by the middle of the order guys and Rolsema and Samuelson to get Valley City out to that early 2-0 lead with a couple of productive outs. And then you kind of get that sequence where you get into a bit of a lull, but Will Schwer, who is kind of in desperate need for something to go right for him, hits an RBI double just inches away from being a home run, and he gives Valley City the at that time a 4-run lead, which ultimately would turn out to be the game-winning RBI. So Will Schwer taking home the Player of the Game award in this one as the DH. Again, kind of needed something to go right for him and ultimately picked it up in the end. So thank you all for listening today. Let's get you out to the Minnesota Twins right after this quick break. Valley City wins 4-2. We'll have the full write-up on newsdakota.com when the second game is over. I want to thank you all for listening here on KOVC and also on our YouTube channel, KOVC Live. I'm Jerry Edwards, signing off.
Sanford Health of Valley City is dedicated to transforming your healthcare experience and providing access to world-class healthcare right here in America's heartland. We're committed to improving the human condition at every stage of life through exceptional care, spiritual enhancement, innovation, and discovery. Schedule your appointment today at Sanford Health of Valley City by calling 701-845-6000 or self-schedule online at mysanfordchart.org. Sanford Health, here for all, here for good.